So I'm just going to record a vocal. Let's get psychedelic with the future phonic sound.
And so that's just your built-in...
That's just with the built-in microphone of the laptop. So now I like that second one. It might be a bit crunchy, but that's fine. Loop that. Control. Crop the sample. Turn that psychedelic with the future phonic sound. Let's get psychedelic with the future. Great. Right, now what I want to do is, the first thing I've been working on, a little idea, was slice it to a new MIDI track. By the warp marker, there's only one warp marker in the actual sample, so there will be one slice in a sampler. Preserve the warp timing. Okay, cancel that for now. I want that on texture, so that when I import it to the sampler, it will maintain these settings here. So, slice to that. Warp marker, slice the built-in, that's good. Keep that warped timing. Okay, right.
So you're doing this on airplanes?
Yeah.
Doesn't that get you chucked off?
Drug references. Right, so what you have to do, normally what happens is when you double click on this, it'll look like, there's nothing here. Well, I'll just zoom out. I don't know why it does that, but it does. Okay, you should select my whole sample. Right, so now when I click on that. Let's get psychedelic with the future phonic sound. Okay, so then what I want to do is turn this keyboard button back on, and C1 will be A. Let's get. You have to find your right octave, which is using the Z and X buttons. Let's get. Right. Now, I now move the start point. So let's get. It's already sounding weird. Like it. And we're on this channel here. I'm going to just mute that channel so I'm not listening to the old one by mistake. Quite often I'll do that. I'll be tweaking away on the new channel, and it'll be the old one that's playing. Seriously, worth just, being methodical.
Yeah.
Let's. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in my little Korg microcontroller here and just check if that's working, which it is, because now I want to start mucking around with a couple of parameters now. Here I've got A. If I, these are the preset parameters of the sampler with an Ableton. So, if I turn that loop, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this map setting, and I'm going to delete all these preset ones that I don't want.
Oh, right, these are the preset macros, are they?
Yeah. Turn them off. Right, so they're deleted. So I've only got the ones that I want. Start offset, loop length, and loop compress. Good, that's the one I want. Loop compress, because look. Let's turn the loop on. Let's get good, and that's my loop length, which I want maximum. Let's get. Right, so that's my loop length all the way, and this is my start offset. So what I want to do is effectively scan through my sample using this. It's so simple because they're already preset parameters: the start offset and the loop compress. You've just got to make sure that your loop is on.
So is that a preset Ableton macros? Or
these are the preset Ableton preset macros.
Right. Okay. Cool.
But I deleted the loop, this one that was assigned.
Yeah.
So now I want to open my MIDI map, start offset to one fader, and loop compress to another one. Turn that off. So now I can move the start point of my sample. Let's get psychedelic with the future phonic sound. So I can actually scroll through any sample. Even that, you've got a lot of joy. Mm-hmm. Right, now it's sounding a bit glitchy there, so maybe I'll turn my fade up, see if that helps. And now that's because my loop compress is very short. So if I can now move these, I'm moving, if you can see that, but I'm moving, that's my start offset, and that's my loop compress. So with the future phonic sound.
Everybody now. Yeah.
Everybody now. Now that is serious control over a vocal sample. And that's one level. That sounds good.
Level 1.
But what I want to do is I want to go one step further. So I go into my sample, hit my controls.
Why do I feel like this is only the beginning?
It's of the weirdness. Now transpose. I want to.
I like this stress as well as making your own samples. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like just make your own voice.
Your own voice. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in production, but you can make it sound good because, and I'm going to map that to the attack. It's just called attack. Okay, and I'm now going to map that to this knob here. So that is now my pitch. Let's go back to the sample so I can see what I'm doing. What's beautiful is you get a visual representation of exactly what I'm doing here. So
let's get psychedelic. Let's
I just love that. I do. And that is bone dry. There's no reverb, there's no effect, there's no phaser distortion, there's no flange, there's nothing. It's literally a sampler, 3 parameters, and 1 vocal sample with 1 slice. It's
And built-in
the built-in preset for Ableton.
and a built-in microphone.
And the built-in microphone, yeah. And it's good enough quality. If you don't have that on your laptop, quite often I'll record it onto my iPhone if I've got ideas of what to say or some, juicy bit of audio, record that. And then I just airdrop it over to the computer and import it in. Simple as that. Right, so let's record it down. So now we've got 2 channels, the original audio, my sampler. I'm now going to create another channel, set the input to Voc record, and if I give it a name, it will name, let's call this Future Psych. So every bit of audio that we'll record, it'll actually have that name. It makes quite a big difference on later on. So right, let's go back to where we were here.
So you're recording into this channel now.
Yeah.
Like
All right, let's record a bit of that. Hit record. Go back, click on that channel. And stop recording. Yeah. Let's go and have a look at what this is all about. Mucking around, playing, recording everything that you do. You're not looking for perfection at this point.
you're not going through sample packs either. It's
No,
just,
not
you're
through
making your
sample
own.
packs, going through. And right, so again, stop clips. Stop that one, make sure I'm listening to the right one.
Some lovely bits around there, wasn't there?
You like that? Those lower.
Percussive.
Yeah. Alright, so I put 2 warp markers in here. I didn't want that very last bit of audio in there, so I'm just going to put 2 warp markers in. So that is now anchored in, locked there. I can now drag this there. Close that so I get more. And I like that. So what I'll do is I'll keep that and then I'll move on to here.
Keep searching.
Keep searching, and now I can actually click on that and just scan. Make sure I. Great, I like that little. Get that. I can just hear rhythms and stuff in my head at this point, and also, you know, hallucinogen was a great exponent of why use a bit of white noise, a hi-hat, when you can use a bit of vocal or something organic. I think I might have touched upon this before, but what I'm trying to do is create synthetic noises from organic sources, and also try and make organic sounds appear synthetic and robot and machine-like or otherworldly and alien, you know, using my voice to create alien textures, because that's what can put you into that psychedelic state of mind when you're on the dance floor, when you're listening to it, or even when you're making it.
You're kind of morphing realities, aren't you? It's like this is
morphing
real.
reality
You
is
start
nice. Exactly.
with a sort of conga loop. This is real. This is someone hitting a drum, and then it turns into a lead line. You're like, at what point?
Yeah, percussive leads. Exactly. What I try and do is not have a melody and have a drum track and have, you know, something percussive, and then you know, a lead on the side. I try and more, you know, squash it all into one, so you've got one sound that is doing everything. It's harmonically rich enough and modulating enough that it maintains your interest.
But is it real life? Did it come from a machine?
Yeah. What the hell is that?
Yeah.
Basically, keep people guessing and like, you know, whoa.
That's the game, isn't it?
That is the game, exactly. Great.
I think you need to be really thinking on those levels to make great psychedelic music as well. To really be thinking about stuff like that, you know, getting a bit cheeky and psychological with people, you know?
Yeah, and people love that. People want it to be weird. They want it to be extraordinary. It's like when they go to the cinema and they want to see something spectacular and completely out of their comfort zone in a good way, in a positive way. You know, if you challenge people, they will respond to it and they'll react to it and they'll love it. If you stay within the parameters of the norm, yeah, it's going to be very hard to change people's lives in the way that my life has changed when I was on the dance floor. And that's all I'm trying to do, recreate the experience for other people that I had and continue to have. Because that's, you know, that's where the vibe is at.
So,
Weird is good.